Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. I am back. It is time to talk about all things Eurovision 2026. The Eurovision season has officially begun, but we can't move on. And I can't kick off this season without my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. Eurovision 2026, the 70th. It's a big year.
I got a new video. Alesia Michelle.
Hey girl.
I'm ready to go.
How you feeling?
Eurovision fan. Are you ready for the show?
2026, the 70th.
We gotta keep it real. Let's go.
Hey, if you've never been here before, welcome. If you love the Eurovision Song Contest, this is your opportunity to like this video and to subscribe. We've got to be on top of things. It is the 70th anniversary. So this is going to be the 70th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. Since this is such a historic year and really a capstone year for the Eurovision Song Contest, we need a show that is tight, clean, and impeccably done. And if they want to make sure that that happens, then they need to follow these 10 things. Kicking off, my first thing is censoring the audience. Remember last year's edition where there were certain entries where it was just like, man, is the crowd just like not feeling this at all? It was just seeming like very low energy. And honestly, I think that hurt some of our performers on the stage. And ultimately, the Eurovision Song Contest, yes, it's a competition. Yes, we as fans love the TV show, but it is also about these artists performing on the stage. And I don't think that we should be making any technical decisions that could potentially detract from their performances. And honestly, muting the audience, although we know why they were muting the audience, it really hurt some other performances. It really, really did take away the energy. I want to note Australia opening up one of the semis and the crowd just seeming silent. It didn't work out. Imagine watching World Cup. Like imagine watching a football match and it just being silent and all you can kind of hear is random grunts from the athletes. Like it just doesn't really work out. And this is a television show, but it's a television show of a live show. And the audience really is, I always say, sort of like that eighth participant on the stage with our performers. And we basically deleted our eighth participants on the stage last year. And also, I mean, Eurovision, it's about the fandom. It's a television show. You want to celebrate your fans a little bit. You don't want to delete them. You know what I mean? You don't want to delete them, particularly when it takes away from the performance on the stage. So yeah, my first thing of my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. I don't want the audience muted. Let's not do that this year, y'all. My second thing is a thing that's really apt for the season that we are about to be in. And this is pre-selection mess. Okay, last year we had tons of artists like drop out from their national selections. We had artists kicked out from their national selections. We had artists like disqualified because the song was then not eligible for the national selection. This is the 70th anniversary edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. We don't need any of these distractions, okay? We don't need any of this mess, especially when the rules are all pretty public, okay? The criteria for the songs is public, okay? So I just kind of feel like the rules are there. If these national selection committees need to do a little bit more vetting, do that vetting, okay? Because I don't want to get introduced to an artist and then find out that they're not participating. I don't want to listen to a song and then find out that that song is not eligible. Okay? Okay. I feel like it's pretty simple. Let's just cut out the preseason mess. The disqualifications, the songs that are not eligible, the rules are the rules. Okay? Local broadcasters, can you do your due diligence? National selection committees, can we do our due diligence? Please. And thank you. My third thing in my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. Oh my goodness, 2026. Ooh, we made it. Barely. This one is unfortunately becoming something that I have to keep repeating. And I don't want to keep repeating this, but I think I'm going to have to keep repeating it because it keeps becoming an issue. Shitty sound mixing. What is going on? Why is it that one performer, I can totally hear them? And then I get to the next performer and I'm like, it is full backing track. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are the performers just not singing? Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's happening. But I will tell you, there were some performances that truly were vocal performances this year where I was like, I genuinely cannot hear the artist. And I think what they've been doing is they've been allowing like kind of personalized mixing for each like entry. Y'all, I don't know. Maybe that's the thing we're going to have to stop. Maybe we're just going to not let delegations kind of pick their mix, and we're just going to need to set a mix and just say, look, y'all, we are broadcasting this to the world. People need to hear you. This is the Eurovision Song Contest, and you have to perform it live. We are still allowing the baked in backing vocals. I know y'all want to get rid of it. I know y'all want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it. But the problem is they're not getting rid of it, okay? So as long as we're going to have those baked in backing vocals and we are still requiring our performers to sing live on the stage, we have to hear them. We have to hear them. There were times I could not hear them. Now, if the performer decides to just not sing, I want to hear that they are not singing. Okay? I want to hear that they're not singing. It's just, this is the Eurovision Song Contest. How can our sound mix be so off during the performances? That's the thing that we're coming to watch the show for. With love, y'all, we're not coming to watch for the intervals. We're not coming to watch for the host. We are coming to watch the performers. Okay? I would like to hear them. My fourth thing in my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026, no in memoriam. Y'all, this is the 70th edition. We've done a lot of things. If we're going to look back in history, we are going to need to do an in memoriam. Come on, y'all. Y'all have been depriving me of my solid tears. Okay, last year, Switzerland had me in a puddle, okay? I was crying. I had some tears at that moment, but I want my regularly scheduled in memoriam tears. Everyone knows one of the best things about the Oscars is the in memoriam section. Even though I heard last year it was a little bit off. I don't know. I heard last year it maybe wasn't hitting it. But I'm telling you, every time I cry. It's the 70th anniversary. Can we honor the people who are no longer here with us to celebrate at the 70th? Please and thank you. My fifth thing in my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. Ooh, I just get pumped up every time I say that. Okay. Popera. JJ won. Wasted Love is our winning track. We are in Vienna. Honestly, y'all, it's going to be real hard for me to not eye roll anything with a little bit of classical contemporary this year in the season. It's just going to be hard. And I say this as someone who is obsessed with classical contemporary music. When a lot of my friends were going to the Britney Spears concert, I was going to the Sarah Brightman concert, okay? I mean, y'all, can we not be so reductive? Can we be original? Am I saying JJ's the first person to ever do it? No, clearly I'm not. I just cited Sarah Brightman. All right, I just said that. I'm just saying, with Nemo having an operatic element in the winning track, with JJ definitely having, in my opinion, a classical contemporary popra track, I would like a little bit of diversity. If you want to mimic anyone, mimic Albania. Come on. Mimic Albania, y'all. I just don't want to see it. And on that note, my sixth thing I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. The ethnic songs just being unrewarded in favor of fun. So it's not just the ethnic songs being unrewarded, but there were juries that had espresso macchiato higher. I have an issue with that. I struggle with that, y'all. I struggle with that. I'm not saying that we can't reward fun, but I do think we should be rewarding well executed fun. If I am not getting anything on the pitch and key for a song that isn't really even demanding that much of the pitch and key, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that. I don't like that. I just don't think it's right or just whatever. Maybe I'm sensitive. I'm over it. Okay. Like, and I'm sure there's going to be someone who's like, I just don't understand the hate that Tommy Cash gets. It's not about him. We're talking about the performances. It's not personal. It is actually professional. There were bum notes on the stage. Was the staging really that innovative? Were we watching something that truly could not have been done in '01? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's just getting tired, y'all. For those of us who have been long in the game, it's getting tired, y'all. I want some native language and I want some ethnic and I want some daring because I mean, if we think about Albania last year, it wasn't just that it was ethnic. It wasn't just that it was in native language. It was also something that was forward thinking. I mean, those lyrics on paper, poetic depth, like, you know, that's all I'm saying. It's just if we're going to be juries, like let's be juries. And on that note, my seventh thing I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026, and this is going to be controversial for some people. It's going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it because I do think in the long run, it hurts the contest. It hurts the narrative. And that's the jury winner overall winning. I just think the narrative overall with and this pattern and this trend we've been on for the past couple of years of the jury winner winning. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not mad at any of the recent winners we've had. I'm the wrong camp for that. I'm not mad at the jury winners winning. I'm not. But if I am being objective, if I kind of come out of myself and really look at what that does to the viewer, what that does to the future viewer, it tells them, yeah, you're voting in this thing, but like, does it really matter?
Like, does it really matter? Are you really going to make an impact?
You know, I really do feel like, and honestly, I'd be okay with jury number 2, televote number 3. You know what I mean? Like, I'd almost be okay with that. But I think this, like, jury winner just winning overall narrative isn't good for the contest going forward. And I just say that for the viewer and the fan experience. Because what we don't want to see happening is people tuning into the show and then not voting. Like, we don't want that. Like, where people go, oh, it doesn't matter anyway. So, like, I'm just not going to do it.
I'm just not going to do it.
I'm just not going to do it. I don't want to have that happen. I want the song contest to have its integrity and I want people to feel like they're invested in it because that's one of the great things about the Eurovision Song Contest is we get to participate as well in a sense. So that's my seventh thing. Controversial in these times, but I'm standing by it. My eighth thing in my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026. I know this is going to be tricky, but we've been doing this thing where we bring back really recent Eurovision performers. Now at the 70th, we've got to celebrate. We have to celebrate 70 years of this amazing show and like feat in technology and public broadcasting and bringing the world together. We got to celebrate that. But the thing that I've been seeing lately that I don't love is like people we just saw last year. Like, I love it, but then I kind of don't love it. I miss a little bit of the interval acts where we really are celebrating our host city, our host country. I think we need to get back to a little bit of that. We brought back the contemporary dance, the interval acts that had sort of a meaning and some depth to it. And that was something that I felt like was lacking when we were in Malmö was, we had like the karaoke interval and stuff like, that just felt a little bit lazy. So I love a conceptual interval act with contemporary dance and, maybe something that's like addressing a world issue or something like that. Like I do enjoy those. But when we had the performers like come back and sing the songs and it was all the people that we saw last year, I wasn't really feeling that. I did not mind the 2020 performer tribute thing. Yeah, like I didn't mind that, but let's be real, some people were missing. Like we didn't have everyone, so I think it took away a little bit from the impact that it could have had. Look, this year is the 70th. I want big names. I kind of I know there was like a little bit of hesitancy when we did the Madonna interval, when we did the Justin Timberlake interval, but if it's like an artist that actually has some panache and like is a current performing artist, I don't mind that. I think it's a great way to bring some new eyes to the contest. And again, I feel like this is the 70th. We need to be celebrating kind of everyone. So when I say this one, I'm not just talking about like just the past year performers, but like I do feel like that's fine to do, bring back past year performers, but can we get some new names? Can we get some big names? Can we get a little bit more like culture of like on the stage? Like that's the piece that I think is missing. One of the things I loved about the Eurovision Song Contest when I first started watching it was almost like a travel, like sponsored by the tourism board. I kind of liked that. I really, really did. So I will just say, let's just consider the grandioseness or the grandiosity of the 70th and let's try to pull some big names in there. Let's try and bring not just the people from the last 10 years, but like give me some of my performers from the 80s. Give me some of my performers from the 90s. Can we get to the 70s for the 70th? Hey, I'm cooking on something there. My ninth thing in my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026, bum notes ignored by the jury. And you might go, well, isn't this the same thing as like ethnic songs? No, no, no. Ethnic songs at Eurovision, native language songs at Eurovision have not been getting the love from the juries that they deserve, in my opinion. And I don't always use that word deserve because ultimately every performer deserves some of this stuff. But this is Eurovision. We have to judge by the application with which we are in. The application is not the VMAs. The application is not the Grammys. It is the Eurovision Song Contest that is about showcasing culture. And I just think it's annoying when that happens. Also, some people say it's the Eurovision Song Contest. Like, who cares if the people can't hit all the notes? I do. I do. I do. And why do I care? Because I don't think it's fair. There, I said it. I don't think it's fair that you can go on the stage, hobble along, not doing anything that much, that would require you to have a shaky vocal or a bum note and, basically, vocally mark your way through a song when you got somebody else coming on the stage and blowing you out the water. I don't think it's fair. If you cannot hit the notes on the page for the song with which you are singing, you do not deserve to get more points than somebody who can. And yes, the song has to be good too. I can want both things. I want a really good song. I want a really good stage show. And I want my performer to be able to hit the notes on the page. You're a singer. It's required. It's literally your job. Now, before I get to my final thing that I don't want to see on the Eurovision 2026 stage, I'm just going to say this because I think I've said it before. And so that's why I was like, it's just going to be an honorable mention. Ad campaigns. Ad campaigns to encourage people to vote for your song. I don't mind people running ad campaigns to promote the song, generally speaking. I actually don't mind that. I think when the song drops and you put out an Instagram video and you want to throw some dollars behind to fight the algorithm so then you can make sure the song gets out, go for it. I don't mind if you want to put some money behind a YouTube video. Hey, ad, that might be showing up here. I don't mind if you want to put a YouTube ad up and say, and just have it for the views on the video. I don't care. You can push the song. Like, I don't mind promoting a song. I mind when you have people saying, vote for me, blah, blah, blah. If you want to do that on organic social, go for it. Go for it. Make all the share graphics. Tell all your fans and stands to like repost this, reshare it. Like, do all the organic stuff you want to do. That's grassroots organizing. I'm not going to knock that. But I am going to knock you putting dollars and cents behind vote for me. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Period. It is on its face unfair. Like, you cannot debate this. Oh, well, everybody does it. Everybody does not do it because everybody does not have the money to do it. It's not fair. It's not fair. If everyone was getting a stipend from the EBU to promote their song, okay, then we can talk about equity. But that's not what's happening. Some people are spending dollars, real money, on saying, hey, vote for XYZ. And I will tell you, a lot of countries have done it. Like, let us be clear. A lot of countries have done it. I don't think it's fair for anybody to do it. So let's just stop and like, nah. My 10th thing of my 10 things I don't want to see at Eurovision 2026, business as usual. This is not a regular Eurovision edition. This is not a regular Eurovision edition. This is not a regular Eurovision edition. It is the 70th. We need to act like it. I want to see promos early. I want to see collaborations online. I want to see people I have never heard talk about Eurovision talking about Eurovision this year. This should feel like, a takeover. This should feel huge. There's already so many eyes on the Eurovision Song Contest. Let's have double that. We need to go into this year like it is the banner year that it is. And that's what I want to see from the EBU. I want full staffing. I want every partner broadcaster figuring out how to pull people from other teams that normally aren't focused on Eurovision to focus on Eurovision this year. Everyone who's having a national selection this year for the Eurovision Song Contest, if you've only had like 2 people on staff, focused on Eurovision, you probably need 4. This is the big one. This is a big, big addition. And this should not feel like just any old other Eurovision edition. This should feel like the 70th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. And on that note, what do you think of my 10 things? Do you agree with some of my stuff? Drop down, talk to me in the comments below. Do you disagree? That's okay too. Drop down, talk to me in the comments below. I'm sure you've got some things that you don't want to see or hear on the Eurovision 2026 stage. Drop down, talk to me in the comments below. This is the 70th anniversary edition. Okay? Like, let's act like it. If you haven't already, please like this video and please do subscribe. It really does make a difference. If you love the Eurovision Song Contest, I think you'll love it over here. Thank you for watching. Bye.